As a parent, it's really hard to hear that, and it's really hard to imagine your son at 35 years old going through life without any teeth. Bob was 6 weeks premature when he was born, and they had to give him a shot of steroids when he was still in the womb because they didn't know if his lungs were developed. So he was born 6 weeks premature. He was in the hospital for 12 days with jaundice, and because of the steroids, he gained 4 times his weight in 4 months. So he was a 16-pound baby at 4 months old, and he just took off. And he had this growth disorder all his life. At age 80, foot was size 8, at age 10, size 10. I kept telling him, I wish you would act your age instead of your shoe size. That didn't work out, Bob. But this growth disorder brought a lot of disorders in his life. And one of them was his teeth. But Bob got to the point about this time last year where all his teeth started breaking off. And they were very brittle. His dentist, his childhood dentist says his teeth were like sponges. So when they start breaking off, Bob and I went to several other places to check out what would be the best opportunity for Bob. We went to Aspen Dental, we went to another dental place, and Bob got online and found Dr. Kamran. And you just know you're in good hands when you meet somebody like that. And we had an issue with the first surgery where they found a cyst in Bob's gum that went from his nasal cavity back to his wisdom teeth, about that long. And it was underneath his gums, and I can't understand why any other dentist could have found it, because that thing had to be there for years. And when Dr. Kamran came out after the surgery and told me about that cyst, as a parent, it's really hard to hear that, and it's really hard to imagine your son at 35 years old going through life without any teeth. And he found Dr. Kamran and did all the research, and he had his first surgery on Valentine's Day. My hat's off to my son because he did all the research. He found the right guy, and to get a value of perception when you find something that costs $56,000, you tend to think back and think, how am I going to get my perception out of this? And when I look at my son, that all his problems he had in his health have disappeared, and it's all because of what he had in his mouth. And I can't believe that there's this many people that I've never seen in my life that would stand up and go out of their way for somebody that they don't know. And this shows you that there really are good people, and that the world isn't the way we see it when we go through our lives day by day. This is what the world is really about. And as a parent and a golfer, I can't wait to come back here next year. So we can do this. And when you see your 36-year-old son smile for the first time, that's your perception of value.